Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and this is another episode of Blind by Blasphemies, the first themed international Blind by Blasphemies. At least that was my idea. Themed Canada. I wanted to do Quebec specifically. I didn't have enough. I went on a shopping spree on my trip to Montreal and picked up some stuff. It's not all Montreal. It's not even all Canada, but I'm cheating a bit, and I'll explain my rationale as we get there. Wearing my strapping young lad shirt, represent for Canada. Uh, let's get into it. Yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff, and most of it I knew what I was getting and things that I wanted, but some stuff was cheap, and kind of wanted to sample the uh, Canadian flavor. I was really hoping to find a shop that had the kind of specialized in the Quebec black metal scene. I'm sure there must be one, but I couldn't find it. One cool thing about Montreal is there's tons of hole in the wall record shops that are really small and has some cool stuff inside. Kind of reminded me of like Chicago 15, 20 years ago when there were just tiny record shops everywhere. There aren't anymore from my experience, but anyway, let's get into it. So right away, a failure. Check out that logo in the pantheon of unreadable logos. That's pretty sweet. This band is called Darkness Enshrouded the Mist, and this is called the Black Curses. It's on Tour de Garde, and so I figured, well, it's got to be Canadian black metal, and my data in Canada was pretty spotty, so I didn't really have a chance to look it up. But it was $7 Canadian, so I figured I'd just take a shot on it. This band's actually from the Netherlands, but Tour de Garde is a Quebec label, so we're gonna count it. What this is a compilation of demos and splits. It's not quite their discography. They have another demo that's all the tracks are numbers. I think it must be a dark ambient thing because the description of this is all their black metal tracks. So take a look at the back there. Pretty long, over an hour. So when it started, I was like, oh no, here we go. It was barely recorded, like not quite as bad as like some of the worst Vlad Tepes stuff, but in that ballpark. So yeah, it's from what I could tell and what I could hear, it was kind of melodic black metal, but just super raw lo-fi. My favorite of the first demo was Ritual of Undeath Spirits, which was kind of moody and atmospheric, and it really worked with that lo-fi sound. But then after the first four tracks, which is the first demo, the sound does improve. It's definitely still necro and lo-fi, but you can at least hear what's going on. A lot of the material is slow to mid-paced, not a whole lot of blasting. There's a little bit, but the songwriting definitely improves as the disc goes on. It's in chronological order. They go for the hypnotic stuff to varying degrees of effectiveness. The one song, Obey the Blood, is 12 minutes, and just it feels like it's improv, like just kind of the looping riffs, and man, it's not worth 12 minutes. So yeah, this is not gonna blow your skirt up, but for lo-fi black metal, it's an enjoyable listen. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep this, but I didn't hate listening to it, so there you go. What a recommendation, right? Next one, Reanimator, Ignorance is No Excuse. This is their debut full length, and had a note on the back written in French, and it said something about 1987, and I haven't bothered translating this, but I see what he's. I think I know what he means by 1987. This is thrash, super energetic, fun thrash metal. Sounds like it could have come from the 80s, but with kind of more of a modern production. Yeah, I mean this really surprised me. I really like this. I'm usually not into this kind of retro sound, but super fun. Like and cool, like weird little bits, like a funk bass solo and guitar tapping solos, and yeah, I enjoyed it the whole way through. The last song, it's covered up by this note. Sorry, the last song is like 10 minutes, and that kind of I think they were going for the epic thrash thing. It didn't really work for me, but the rest of it, yeah, I liked it all the way through. I'm definitely gonna be checking out the other entries in their discography for sure. So yeah, if you're into thrash, Reanimator, check them out. All right, next one. Here's another cheat. I just need another title. Hand of Doom live in Los Angeles. So this is a Black Sabbath tribute band. The lead singer is Melissa Ofdemar. She's from Quebec, so that's why I'm gonna say that this counts. She was in Hole. She was in Smashing Pumpkins for a hot second. Just kind of one of those alt rock almost stars. So this was recorded. It came out in 2002, so it was recorded sometime around then. I don't understand what this is or why it was released or who it's for. The band is fine. The band plays the songs, but she does like some kind of weird alt rock Janis Joplin type vocals for, in place of Ozzy. It does not work at all. And then she does these annoying, like she speaks some of the words instead of singing. I don't know. I don't know what this is. It kind of offended me, but I mean, it's fine, whatever. I'm the asshole about it, right? So the best part for sure is Nick Oliveri from of Caius fame and Queens of the Stone Age. I think he was in. I think he got kicked out eventually, but whatever. He comes in as Nico for Dio and does the mob rules. That's definitely the highlight of this. I mean, it's got what you'd expect: Hand of Doom, Fairies Wear Boots, War Pigs, Paranoid. She does like an acoustic version of Changes, which is actually her best performance. She just kind of sings it straight, and then Black Sabbath, the song. So yeah, I mean, not great, guys. If you really need every Black Sabbath tribute thing, then there it is. But kind of regret buying that one, to be honest. All right, next up, hey, a real Quebec black metal band, Black Wind, and this is, my French is amazing, as you would imagine. Demain L'Apocalypse. So, this came out on Mankind's Demise in 2008. All right. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to it. There's enough melody to be engaging. The big problem with it is the singer is so one note, just kind of like a savage screaming black metal voice, but with no changes. It's just the same the entire way through, which kind of makes it feel monotonous. I was trying to come up with a comparison. I'm really bad with those. Like, they don't sound super original, but I was having trouble coming up with who they sound like. Juder, I guess I would say. Is that how you pronounce the TSJUDER? I think it's pronounced Juder. Somewhere in that vein. Yeah, I guess so. It's fine. It's fun to listen to, but it is too long. It's like about 55 minutes or something. If it was like 35, it would probably not wear out its welcome. But yeah, Black Wind, I think this is all they ever did. I think they're sold less as active, but I think this is their only full length. Yeah, I don't know. If you're into some like 3 out of 5 star black metal, they're not a bad pickup if you can get it cheap, which, as you can see, I did. 666 Canadian, which is 44 cents American. Just kidding. Cheap joke. Okay, then I got some vinyl for once. Came across this 7-inch Propagator, self-titled, 2-song EP, or 7-inch, whatever. I just saw this in a bin, and it said the first song was called Poser Killer, and I was like, oh, all right, $5, yeah, let's go. And what this is kind of blackened thrash, blackened more just in the vocals, kind of just straight ahead thrash, more groovy than speedy. It's an enjoyable way to spend 10 minutes, I guess, but it's nothing amazing. I don't regret buying it, but it's probably going to eventually leave the collection. I'm not going to be coming back to this too much. Yeah, and this is all they ever did. But that was the kind of thing I was looking to pick up, something I wouldn't normally see. All right, now I'm going to go with this is something I picked up for $2. Kim Mitchell's Greatest Hits. All I know about Kim Mitchell is he is Canadian, and apparently he's big in Canada. I remember seeing him on Kids in the Hall once. I don't know any of his music, but yeah, this was cheap. I was in Canada. I was like, let's go. Let's support a Canadian hero. So what this is kind of like good time AOR rock. Dad rock, I guess you would say. And I don't use that as a pejorative or anything. I like tons of dad rock, so there's nothing wrong with that. His big hit, Go for Soda, is called. Apparently it was a hit in America too, and I thought, oh, maybe it's a song that I had heard but didn't know it was him. I had never heard that song ever, and it's not that great in my opinion. I really liked like the ballady songs on here, like Easy to Tame, All We Are, America. Those are the ones I connected to the most. The rockers were kind of like, they're all right, but there's some cringy moments. There's some white boy rap on here that's like, no, ill-advised to be sure. But yeah, so Kim Mitchell, he was in Max Webster, which I also am not familiar with. Apparently a big Canadian band, and then went solo. I thought he was kind of a guitar hero, but there's not that much like soloing or shredding on this. But yeah, it was neat to check out, see what he's all about. I'm probably not going to get anything else, but hey, for $2 Canadian, I'll take it. So that's my Canadian edition of Blind by Blasphemies, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.